In this Knowledge Shop IQ module, we're going to be having a look at the entry and exit of partners. Partners coming, partners going. Why is this an issue? First of all, because of the demographics. If you have a look at statistics of the age of principals in public practice, 57 years of age. So this is the baby boomer generation of principals and partners that are presently sort of working their way through the system. So we're going to see certainly an increasing number of retirements from public practice. At the same time, there's this constant stream of people coming in as principals or partners or getting into the partnership trail. The majority of firms are not prepared for it. That unfortunately is the reality. And we deal with this, rather than dealing with it as a process, we deal with it as an event. And dealing with an event oftentimes means that you get less than an ideal outcome. Today, as we're talking about this, I'll use terms interchangeably. Sort of when I talk about partners or directors, I'm talking, or principals, I'm talking about the same thing. Equally, sort of when we talk about partnerships, companies, we're talking sort of the same thing. I appreciate sort of that practices are structured in different ways. Some as partnerships, some as companies, perhaps some as partnerships of discretionary trust. We're going to try and separate all of that out. So when you hear me talk about partners or directors, principals or firms, we're essentially talking about the same thing. Just take it into the area that is right for you. The other thing to understand about this is that there is no single way. The great thing would be if I could come along today and say to you, just do this, this, this and this. Here's the checklist, here's the forms, here's the precedents, do it that way. That's not reality. There is no single way. Ultimately, the firm needs to decide what's appropriate for them. And that's taking time sort of to understand the issues, understand the principles, and then overlay your local environment. The changes can be based on a range of things. It can be based on the size of the firm. It can be based on future plans. It might be based on the current ownership structure and different issues that are within that ownership structure. So you need to be mindful of that. First and foremost, we'll talk today about principles, we'll talk about issues. I'll try and give you some examples of things that I've seen that have worked, things that I've seen that haven't worked, and we'll certainly give you a roadmap about how to put this in place.